Hey, my name is Ceyla. Welcome to episode 3 of Ceyla's World. I guess I've just come across a bit of a chicken explosion. I'm thinking there might be too many chickens in the chicken cooker. Wow. Where did you all explode out of? Oh gosh. I think at some point I'll have to install a supplemental daylight sensor to help out the sheep. The sheep by itself is not good enough. I suspect that whenever I'm far away from the sheep, the grass just stops growing, which means that the sheep has absolutely no chance to eat the grass. So it's definitely not the sheep's fault, but yeah. I will probably at some point have to install a daylight sensor to help out the sheep. It's, yeah, I'm kind of saddened by that. That was pretty funny. Chickens in a row exploding out of the thing, I'm guessing. Oh my gosh. So many chickens! So many chickens. So, now we have our daylight sensor installed. The light comes down through here and hits the daylight sensor, which, then triggers the observer. Well, a couple times a day the observer gets triggered, which then sends a signal through the same route that the sheep does. So yeah, and we just witnessed it working, so that's great. Awesome. In other news, my chicken cooker has produced an almost full double chest of cooked chicken. I'm debating if I want to take the feathers out or if I just want to leave it and let the new stuff despawn because I have no use for it right now. Since I've installed the daylight sensor, I'm getting fewer eggs, which probably means that the chickens are spending less time as adults. That's another positive of having the daylight sensor now. I've been doing a slightly ridiculous amount of digging lately to prepare for the big abyss going in. At the moment I have a lot of cobblestone thanks to all the digging I've been doing. These two are empty standbys because I'm probably gonna fill these by the time I'm done with this big hole too. So, cleared out more of the back, cleared out here, cleared out on the other side some more, and then marked out where the abyss is gonna start. So I'm gonna start digging a giant hole that just goes straight down from here. At this point I've dug out the big hole. I can take a step back so you can see it. Well, I haven't dug out the entire hole, I've dug out the perimeter of the hole. I did some counting to double check that I didn't get overzealous in any spot, and I actually filled in a couple spots over there where I dug out a little bit too much. And my next step will be to dig out the rest of this hole to get it all down to the same level. And then I'm probably gonna go even deeper from there, but next step is to just get a nice hole that's, about the same level throughout the entire hole. Oh my gosh. I just finished digging out this level 1 of this hole. Or I don't know that I could even call it level 1, but we'll get around to explaining that later. But yeah, super glad that the initial round of digging the hole is done. Next I'm probably gonna create some new stairs to go to the wheat field. And then I'm probably actually gonna keep digging because I want this to be at least 15 blocks deep before we get to the next floor. So I'm not even quite done with digging yet, and starting to feel afraid of heights here. It's kind of interesting phenomenon. I'll need to get myself a water elevator really quickly because trying to get down these stairs without falling is starting to feel a bit sketchy. So yeah. Water elevator will be a lot safer. Whee! I'm doing a happy dance at the bottom of this pit right now because, at least for right now, I've dug as far as I want to go, and the hole's pretty deep. So I left the bamboo farm and the sugarcane farm up here, exactly where they were earlier, just so you can see how deep I was digging. I figured having a visual reference would be helpful to those of you who are interested. Digging all the way down here cost me many hours, and I'm super happy that this is that this ordeal is over now. At this point, I would also like to think that I'm a pro at digging, but I'm really not. Like, I dug all of this out with a stone pickaxe and a stone shovel. And a pro would have used an enchanted diamond pickaxe, and a pro would have had a beacon to help make things faster by using the haste effect. And a pro would have also had mending applied to the pickaxes, and a pro would have a XP farm to fix the pickaxes back up, you know, using the mending enchantment. There's many things I don't have, but eventually I'll have them. Just right now I don't. And part of me wonders if I would have been a whole lot faster had I tried to dig this out afterwards. Like, if I would it have been faster to just go hunt down all the resources I need and then dig out this hole. But I felt like digging out this hole now, so that's what happened, and it's over now. And next time, if I continue digging, I'm probably gonna use the diamond pickaxe and all of that. Or I might choose to use TNT. Probably test the TNT stuff someplace else first to see what the blast radius is. I don't have TNT either, so that wasn't an option here. Oh, hello, Pigmen! I really like your gold sword. I actually want to kill a Pigmen for the first time. I've never killed a Pigmen before. Well, oh, of course I sent him right back through the portal. That was a bit of a downer. Oh well. I just had my very first death. I was an idiot earlier. I unfortunately kicked a Pigman and kicked him through the portal, and I was welcomed by a bajillion angry Pigmen. Oh my gosh! I did not think that this would happen. Okay, that's better. Who thought that that was gonna happen? I don't even understand what happened. Like, I didn't lose any of my stuff. But yes, I recorded my very first death, which is a sad death, but a death with limited consequences, so yay. It's been several weeks since the last time I recorded anything. I took a long break from Minecraft, and then played off camera for quite a bit, and I've gotten a lot done. As you can see, there's flowers here. Actually, my sister joined me, and my sister planted these flowers. We went exploring together and collected these together. Yeah, there's pumpkins here now. There's potatoes. There's beets over here. And then where's the melons are over here. But that's actually not where most of my time went. Most of my time actually went into this. So I spent a lot of time collecting the resources for building these four more or less symmetrical water elevators. They're mostly done, so you can head down, and the magma block down here pulls us down, and the soul sand block here creates bubbles that push us up. So, and it's a lot of fun to use, and I no longer have a rickety set of stairs that could kill me, so this is a lot safer and a lot more fun to use. And then down here, you might notice that I'm growing a bunch of birch wood. Having it here in a central area is totally temporary, but also very convenient at the moment. Because it's easy for me to see when a tree is grown and that I should take it down. And then down here is my new storage area. I moved everything from upstairs down here, except the enchanting table. I don't actually know where I want to put it yet. And then something else I built that's fancy is automatic sheep shearing. So I have all the sheep colors down here, and their wool is automatically being collected down here. And I mainly wanted to build this at this point because I want to eventually build fancy redstone contraptions, and in the creative world I found that I enjoy using colored wool and colored concrete to mark my redstone lines, so I can figure out which pieces of redstone go together, and it's a lot easier for me to figure out what's going on when I actually have some color coding. And so if we get out of the storage area, which is pretty busy, and you can kind of see how much cobblestone I have now. It's a lot. Like, all of these chests are full up until here. Yeah, and I have my rickety smelting set up here. Eventually I'll build something better, but for right now it's just this really simple thing. I still haven't figured out what I want to make the walls out of in here. This sand is going to be here to stay because you can see it from the other side. I'm trying a variety of different ceiling blocks. I'm not really happy with any of them. Eventually it's going to come to me what I should be using for the ceiling, but until then I'll just be working on other things because I have plenty of things that I do know how I want to build. And then in these four corners, there's not much going on. It's just identical elevators and some really basic starting areas where I can dig it a little bit more and do something with it later. But for right now, there's these four corners are pretty empty apart from the elevators themselves. And then what I've started doing here is I've started digging back a little bit. I have a lot more digging to do. I need to move this wall back quite a bit. And I need to move my sheep and cows again. I want to keep a breeding pair of sheep in case for whatever reason I need like a ton of wool of a certain color suddenly and I just need a giant herd of sheep to produce that color really quickly. And I want to keep a breeding pair of cows somewhere, or more than breeding pair, because I will need more leather at some point in the future. And maybe even milk, so I'll probably be creating a proper breeder for cows eventually. And then, as you can see, I've started putting down the glass. There will be all of these walls will eventually be glass. I might use colored glass, I'm not entirely sure yet. But yeah, this is going to move back, and there's going to be some redstone fanciness going on here that I'll get to in a future episode at some point. So, something else that's happened is in the nether, and I might regret pretty shortly that I haven't brought... oh, hello, Pigmen. You're still here. I might regret that I haven't brought a bow with me, but oh well. Anyway, something else I've done is I've actually built a staircase to higher up. And then if you go around the corner, there's a very long hallway and there's a couple nether portals to other places, including spawn down here. But there's another portal that ends at a desert and another portal that ends at a place where I can pick up terracotta. And then there's another portal at spawn. So if we wander outside, and it's daylight, so that's convenient. Nothing much has happened out here. It's pretty much the same as it's been. But over here you might notice this fantastic base that my sister has started to build. I actually invited her to start playing with me. We're just playing on local land. I'm gonna wander over to her place, and I need to eat some food. She was fascinated with the idea of building a treehouse. Let's walk in here. Something funny that happened while she was building this is that a wandering trader suddenly showed up on the top of this treehouse, and then at some point the wandering trader was gone, but the lead was left behind. I don't know why or how it happened, so she just grabbed the lead and yeah, secured the llamas to a fence post. So this is what my sister's been building. She's been trying to leave leftover trees sort of hanging in the air as a design feature. And then if I go up here, you can enjoy the view, which is pretty awesome. And it's one of the reasons I chose this area for my base too, is just that the view is absolutely amazing from here. To finish this video, I thought I'd add some redstone to stop the automatic sheep shearing when the chests are full. These three at the very end here are done. So how it works is that there's a comparator here that checks how full the hopper is at the very top. And the redstone signal from that travels back here and up these torches. It ultimately powers the shear dispenser up here, which means that while it's powered, it won't shear when the observer fires another signal. I'm pretty happy with the way this looks. Also, I've color-coded it so I can figure out which pieces of redstone belong to which sheep. And now I just need to finish up the rest of these. It's a lot more tedious than it is in creative mode. This is also my first time using concrete in Minecraft, like ever, apart from in creative mode. So for the first time ever, I had to create some concrete powder. I made myself a quick and dirty concrete maker over here. Basically, you place the concrete powder, it instantly turns into concrete when it touches the water. And then you mine it, and it gets, wow. I was hoping it would get pushed into my inventory better than that, but maybe I just need to stand a whole lot closer. But if nothing else, placing the next thing of concrete powder should push the mined concrete into my inventory. This is a kind of a slow process, but unfortunately concrete powder can't be placed by a dispenser, otherwise I could automate a whole lot more of it. And I finished the redstone. Pretty happy with it. This means that my shears at the top, like the shears up here, let me get up there. So the main reason I even built this circuit is that there's shears up here and their durability wears out and they're kind of expensive. And at some point when I'm more rich when it comes to iron, I'll hopefully build an automatic refill system for it. Or mostly automatic, not fully automatic, but apparently they're already halfway worn down. I'll need to restock the shears pretty soon if I want to continue to have wool. But yeah, pretty expensive. I think it's like 2 or 3 iron per shear. So the main reason I have this little stopping mechanism when the chests are full is that I don't want to keep wearing down the shears when I'm actually not going to be getting any more wool. As the wool fills up, it'll just go up these chests, and I can open every single one of them, so if I need a whole bunch of wool all at once, I can get it. If you're wondering how I built the basic sheep shearing mechanism, I'll link to a tutorial below. The dirt block that the sheep is standing on needs to be shoved into a minecart, is the biggest gotcha. And now I get to replace the sign because I've done one of the to-dos, so the new to-dos are lighting and the auto refill of shears. I've finished the automatic stop when the chests are full. Yeah, so it looks like shears cost 2 iron each. So right now I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, and 16. Hopefully I'm not off by 1. Now I'm just going through and putting a second shear in every single dispenser, so I don't have to remember to do that super soon. But it is slightly painful just how much iron I spent on that. But all worth it because I love colors, I love sheep, and I love wool. And I'm all done. Pretty sheep. Thank you for taking the time to watch this episode. Please do leave a like if you'd like me to make more of content like this. My YouTube channel is still very young, and every like means a lot to me. So bye, and see you next time. Woo! Yay! Woo! Woo! Ow.